my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the opening session of Hedayah's International Research Conference and Communications Expo 2024.
There's a room in there full of policymakers, academics, practitioners, educators.
So what does motivate devoted actors? What are the incentives if it's not material incentives and disincentives?
We built out buckets for behavior-based approach of understanding terrorist content. One of those was around our incident response. So when there is a real-world incident with online perpetrator content tied to that, like a live stream, like a manifesto, we can hash that labeled according to the incident.
We are in such a complex world that's ever changing, and I think this is where we need all the disciplines to come together.
At the policy level, the stuff that Hedayah presents is very much evidence-based. So there is an ability to convince policymakers that, look, this is the evidence, and therefore there's a fantastic opportunity to re-look and recalibrate the ideas.
We tend to have these linguistic biases baked in that I think propagandists and others in the media take advantage of in order to generate ideas that further other particular outgroups, potentially tapping into this mechanism that facilitates violence and intergroup conflict.
Forums like this that allow us to have conversations around important research then feed into the technology that I work on, the new tech, the evolving use of AI.
We're seeing the transnational far right translate English content from the United States or Canada and then spread it in Scandinavia. So this helps them to really broaden the tent and also build connections between groups.
AI can potentially destabilize our societies. We've seen that with truth decay, misinformation, disinformation. AI can make that even more powerful.
We may also expect to see the creation of dedicated tools for different types of terrorist attacks that are supported by artificial intelligence.
Just because you can't do something with data doesn't always mean that you should. And so despite being an AI and machine learning company, humans remain very much at the heart of what we do.
We were able to discuss in-depth issues around gender and gender-based hate and be able to discuss how this impacts individuals in terms of their motivations.
And we found that in many of these cases, adult-centric CT approaches have been simply transplanted onto children when they were not built for those purposes. And children have really struggled in this system.
The social media listening tools that we have and still have don't account for bots. So if you've got data from Brandwatch or Meltwater, it's not telling you what's a real account, what's not a real account. That's a fundamental flaw.
Very grateful to Hedayah for organizing the conference. A 4-day conference is a lot to pull off, but it's been so useful and informative.
It's brought together professionals across sectors. We've had myself from education, we've had the tech sector represented, we've had government officials, policymakers.
Seeing those come together, seeing the ideas, seeing how they operate and identifying the potential opportunities from that. I think for me that's been the best things I've seen come out of this.